It up and under. Found a way to get it in.
Duckett's got all the makings of a big-time scorer in the WCC. He's explosive. He can shoot it well enough from three to make you honor it. And then the last piece is he's aggressive.
You can see why he was named as part of that all-freshman team in this league. Washington runner, good with a foul.
To really extend his lead.
There's David Simon again, off the bounce and finishing with the left hand. David Simon's had all kinds of injury issues, broken foot, broken hand. Now that he's back healthy, probably coming off his best game in the season finale. Washington.
Good. The Pacific are absolutely hampering their ability to really take control of this basketball game.
Well, I was in Ames, Iowa a couple nights ago for a terrific, really an amazing game. BYU, Iowa State. Washington scores with a little...
And misses. Tilly is blocked by Elias Ralph. What a block. Not often the 7-footer Christoph Tilly is met at the rim. Elias Ralph doing the honors there. Washington lobs and hits. I wasn't sure if that was a lob. Tigers. Mahi trying to leave a bounce pass for Tung, but he was not there. Kravakovic knocked it away. Koulibaly. Washington will take the three and make it.
Beautiful cross-court pass there. Really spread the Tigers' defense too thin. Lamar 2 steps late getting out there to challenge that shot.
Washington finds a little crease in the defense and explodes right. Stewart kicks, and Bryant had it rim out. Koulibaly receives along the sideline now at the wing. Gardner sets the screen. Koulibaly uses it. Lamar Washington uses the Gardner screen. Lamar in the paint, right in the middle of it, knocks it down.
Lamar picks up his 3rd foul just to make things a little easier for the Tigers offensively.
Washington pulls up and at the logo ends a 4. Keeps the good times rolling for Santa Clara. Stewart now with 10 points. He becomes the 3rd Bronco to reach double figures, and Lamar Washington to finish. And there you have it, and a 40-point Santa Clara lead.
Well, in a 40-point game, those shots are nice and easy and in rhythm, but if it's a tight game, those shots become a heck of a lot harder, Zach.
Who's just checked in for the first time, the redshirt freshman from Houston getting in on the action.
Everybody that's played for the Broncos has scored tonight, Zach. And Aboye just joining the crowd there off the bench.
Washington, the finish off glass. Washington's been... Washington in the paint, gets it, and will get to the line.
And Beasley was the WCC Freshman of the Year last season. And as we said, he's really started to play better in conference, better than 10 points per game in the WCC.
USF. Under 4 minutes to play in the first half. And Abosi well off with the 3. USF now 0 for 13 behind the 3-point line, but still up. Washington for Smith. 2-man game up high, gets the screen. Washington all the way, lays it in.
That's a nice job by Washington. Kind of echoes that as well.
Wong, the step through, good defense from the Tigers, and here goes Washington. All the way to the rim, and it's a 2-point game again.
First year in the WCC to Mary's point, and he has lightened it up. Fala, good footwork, can't get the score off the glass, and here comes Pacific. Washington, sweet kiss off the glass. On one. Pretty play by Parsifala. He's got 6.
What a great feel he has for basketball with his back to the basket and the ball in his hands.
Another 7-point lead, but not for long as...
But Parsa, you got a better one.
Fala in double figures already for the 15th time this year. What a fun first half this has been, Mayor. Washington picks up that dribble. For a second there was the double team. Now Washington, look at the pick by Smith.
I love it.
Me too. Their time, my bad, and here comes Mike.
Great defense there. Just retreat.
How about the transition defense to Mary's point by Pacific? I think Ratai thought he might have clear sailing.
Never did.
Never did.
Kept waiting for it to part the ways, but it never did. Oh, he's so strong. Wow.
Oregon State with their bench has been fun to watch. Flying in and scoring. Oh, there's the kick. 5 on the shot clock. Minor hesitates. Well, you got to put it up. Instead, it's picked off by Washington. Minor probably should have taken that shot. Washington all the way to the cup. The lefty scores.
Cut off. Skip pass. They get it to Porter on the wing. His 3 is off the mark. Hits the back iron. Javon has been hot and cold with that long-range shot, but he's provided so many other things. Passing the basketball, assists, rebounds, and blocks, all important for Stan Johnson's club. Washington gets the screen from Jazz Gardner. Goes to the baseline and drops it home. Lamar Zaga.
Yeah, great ability to get to his spot there in the paint and get it done and deliver floater style.
Porter's pass deflected. Gardner got a hand on it in transition. Koulibaly, he will kick it out for Washington. The junior from Montreal. Washington for 3. Got it. What a start for Pacific. Diving to the rim, and he's developed a pretty good fadeaway as well.
Absolutely, and he's got the switch there with Ralph on him that matches him at 6'7". Step-back style, he's able to shoot over him. Well done.
Kravakovic spent 4 years at FIU. Their 6th man, hands it off to Washington. McBride can guard 1 through 5. Now he's switched off as Lewis is on. The point guard drives right past him. Lamar Washington, the left, 1 for 7 now, 0 for 4 from distance. Washington on the attack. Misses on it. Gardner blocked by Asanza.
Great help defense by Asanza.
Washington will reset against V-Day. Washington off the window, no. And a foul called on Pacific.
Paint, Jones making things happen for Pacific on the road.
Where they really spread the court. Make you defend all sections of that half court. Washington against Asanza on a mismatch here. Stops, tries to shoot over Rick, and he banks it home. That was a fancy
drafting. Will Johnston getting into that mid-range game, utilizing the glass especially well.
Washington, and he banks that in. Johnston into the corner for Amy. Amy, 10-footer, short. Amy has struggled in his last 2 games from the floor after sizzling through most of the conference season.
This is a good response by Pacific. Trey, remember they trailed by 7 after the goaltending call was reversed during the media break.
Washington over Porter, tough shot, and the high arcing shot.
Was trying to get Washington to stop shooting the ball.
That might be one way to do it. Stone Carrawell missing on the 3 from the left wing. Hopefully they've got things squared away here from a lighting standpoint. Strange start to this second half at Hank's house. Well, the lights have been on for the most part for LMU on this home floor. They have been fantastic, 10-4 this season. Here's Washington, again picked up by Asanza, shoots over him and got it. Now, why is it that
he's pleading his case with Curry, one of the officials, great officiating through here tonight.
Washington guarded by McBride now. Asanza tried to pick him up to no avail in the first half, early stages second half, working on Mack turnaround shot on the money. Washington was 17-16. Jones baseline kick. Koulibaly's 3. Misses badly on that one, but it's rebounded from Washington underneath the bucket. Well, he's been just a step quicker out there tonight. Hook shot. Drops for him. 19.
5 regular season games left for Alex. What has it been like to see him throughout this senior season?
Oh my gosh. I mean, he came to us a boy and he's like a man now. I think he feels like he fits here, and that it has been that way from the get-go. When he first went into the portal after Northridge and he talked to Stan, I think he felt like he had a connection, like this could be more than just a team, kind of a family, and that's what he was looking for.
Now has 6 points in this one. Here's that pressure full court. Koulibaly ahead to Ralph. They beat it pretty easily. On the attack, Washington in. He is just... Oh.
You never know. It keeps you humble, and every game takes on a personality all its own. It is a what have you done for me lately business. One would argue it's what have you done for me the last possession business.
Boy, Washington just feeling it in a zone right now as we near the 5-minute mark. Going one-on-one with Porter. Now he'll step through. Floater, and that rolls home. 29.
And now Ike. Ike will skip it to Battle. Battle missed that three, so Battle 0 for 2, touched every part of the rim and spun out. Washington looking to get downhill on Hickman. Washington up and in. Greg has to feed it back out to Nembhard on the baseline. He floats, unable to hit, and Caney's parachutes in for the rebound. 14-point Gonzaga lead as we tick towards 2.5 minutes to play. Washington gets down low and finishes. So Gonzaga immediately pushes back, keeps it a 15-point spread. Five to shoot. Washington over Nembhard, and he gets the roll. Long distance pass, Ajayi, and not there. That would have been the record-breaking assist for Nembhard, who has 5, needs one more to break his own program record for assists in a season. Ralph being harassed, finds Washington. Lamar goes in, high off the glass. At 25. With 12:20 to go in the second half. Tigers get it across quickly that time. Ominu setting the screen for Washington. Jones thought about pulling the trigger on a deep three, pulled it back. Now Washington a head fake in the paint. Lamar off the glass.
It's a big boy rebound there. Just great athleticism by Solomon. Snatched that rebound away from Gonzaga.
Washington in the paint has a little bit of room and knocks it down. Stromer, good look to Huff, and Huff is blocked by Solomon Aminu with that big wingspan. Kravakovic to Washington. Chris Caney's now.
That's a big thing that Solomon brings off the bench that Tigers don't have a lot of, is athleticism on both ends of the court.
Washington forces it up and knocks it down, and Lamar's got a 71-49 lead for the Zags as we tick toward 4.5 minutes to play. Again, for the Tigers, 3 straight on the road after this. They'll head to L.A. and then up to Oregon State as Washington finishes at the cup and is going to go to the line. Time here in Stockton. Washington to the baseline. Caney's on the block, out to Lamar. Washington drives into the paint, stops, goes to his left, and gets the roll. 20.
and a boost for these Broncos off the bench.
Cameron Tongue gives the Broncos an 18-7 lead here in the first half. We were talking a little bit about kind of the way that the trajectory of the program has gone in recent years, and news just yesterday after Lamar Washington. Ralph had 18 points and 8 rebounds in the win over Washington State on Thursday. Lamar Washington, right-handed floater.
Yeah.
For the Tigers on this possession.
3 seconds though on the shot clock here.
Yeah, no reset. Kravakovic dumps to Washington. He gets it to go. They're gonna. And they say he was tied up, so they're gonna go jump ball, not travel. Beg your pardon, but either way, ball's going back to Pacific. So the Tigers' first possession of the second half. Jefferson Coulibaly, who did not score in the first half, keeps on the perimeter to Lamar Washington. Now Ralph up top. The handoff to Coulibaly. Shot clock winding down. 5 to shoot. Washington takes it from the right wing and makes it.
Wait to come in on this offensive possession instead of the defensive position a moment ago.
So here is Fisher. Out to Washington. Lamar, the dribble, the spin. Lamar, the finish. What? 2. 60 apiece as we tick toward 3 minutes to go. Jefferson Coulibaly, Lamar Washington. 2-man game back to Coulibaly. Washington, 5 to shoot. Lamar launches and hits.
ESPN Plus.
Tigers with it, and with about a minute to go here at the Spanos Center in a tie game, looking to sweep Washington State. Lamar Washington off the dribble. And he'll feed it back out to Coulibaly with 10 to shoot. Lamar takes it and makes it.
Firestone Fieldhouse back in November 30th, 1973, and Pacific spoiled the party, winning 52-50. Coming in, driving, and throwing it up.
Mo ready to break out and transition. Just got a heel on that back line, giving it right back to the Tigers.
All right, Pacific. Elias Ralph has been held scoreless, a 17-point score. Gets in the lane, nothing there. Out to Washington, three-pointer is good.
Some valuable minutes here for Forehead. They're going to need him as they head into the home stretch in January and February, so they'll take what they can get from Alonzo. Looks like Steph is probably done for the night. Obviously, Boubacar out for the night, too.
That's a bad blown assignment there on the glass for the Tigers. You got to know where Javon Porter is at all times.
Big time.
Washington from the right elbow knocks it down. Shot fake that first fake there from Porter. Jazz was still in the vicinity, but Porter's still making the shot as Washington scoots to the rim. Myron Amy Jr. Washington along 2, rattles home. Ralph trying to borrow his way for some room, missed it short. But offensive rebound, Lamar Washington, and he gets it up and in. Under 6 to play in Stockton. Merkvaladze will launch. Too strong. And Elias Ralph tracks down another rebound. His 15th of the night. Ralph. Out to Washington, who lines up at 3 and connects.
And have people in the stands, and he's had a great career, and to come in and have a chance to kind of display his style and make things happen, it's huge.
Scored 40 against Washington State on cue. There's the bucket, the first to score for Pacific, the sophomore out of Lithuania. Turnover, Austin coughs it up. Good transition defense by the Pilots. Washington
Boy, tough shot. Tough shot went back. My goodness, you go from that with a block. They had a 2-on-1 situation to a dunk the other end. Big momentum swing.
That is insane. That looked like an automatic deuce for Pacific going the other way, and Rapp with an unbelievably athletic dunk, block, and then Chris with the flush. Ooh, the mark. Nowhere to go on that baseline. Looked like another travel instead. Oh my goodness.
Yes, and he has the ability to score inside out, so use his height advantage.
Here comes a little heat. Oh boy, Ralph, full head of steam, gives it up. Good defense on the perimeter, on the baseline. But there's another three.
Drawing fouls, and if you're not shooting the ball well, that's exactly what you want to do.
1 of 2 for Rapp. 67-66 Pilots. 4 minutes to go. Oh, acrobatic.
All of last year, Zach, with an ACL injury, so this is his first year actually playing for the Oregon State Beavers. Tigers will have to get out and find him quickly.
Washington the drive, Washington the finish, coming off that 40-point game. Lamar, three-point shooter. He has 6 points in this one, and 2 of 3 from beyond the arc.
And Kings have actually taken the most three-point attempts this year for Oregon State, coming off the bench.
Vakovic somehow regained his footing, but has to give it up to Washington. And now Washington, with 4 to shoot, has to go to work. Lamar drives, floats, and hits.
Yes, sir. Almost like he just knew he was going to be there. I'm not sure he had that much vision of him. Beautiful.
The lob to Elias Ralph, who couldn't handle, but he gets the ball back. Saves the possession for the Tigers. Elijah Fisher going to work, out to Washington. Washington drives, Washington finishes. Here at the Spanos Center, outside of the Oregon State fans in attendance, and there are a bunch. Washington in traffic. And barring unforeseen circumstances, this will be Pacific's largest margin of defeat on the season as Washington cans a 3, and even with that made. So the Waves turn it over. Smith, a little head fake there. Smith, the penetration, gets it out to Washington, and now Coulibaly back to Lamar. Left wing three, and he knocks it down. So 20 seconds on the timer. Odom dumps it to Coulibaly, who couldn't flush it, and Jazz Gardner with the rebound.
I don't know how that ball didn't go in.
Washington trying to make it happen, and does. And Pacific facing a 12-point deficit. Pacific trying to win its first league game since February of 2023, and Lamar Washington.
Stretch, but using the glass from straight on angle.
Abosi mentioned from Greece. Veniamin is how you spell his first name with a V, but he goes by Ben. Fisher penetrates, kicks to Washington for three, and a welcome sight there. Out to Rivera-Torres for three, no, and the long rebound is secured by Pacific, secured by Washington. Jason Rivera-Torres now 3 of 15 on the year from downtown. Gardner draws a double team, gets it out to Washington for three. Some backcourt pressure, the Tigers able to beat it. Benson, far wing, a shot fake. He'll take the three, and it's short. Offensive rebound, Washington puts it back up and in. Chicago Bulls before an NBA Finals game, and it's still just
gives you chills.
Yeah,
yeah.
It tingles your spine whenever you hear it.
Ray Clay at the PA.
Washington, Coulibaly. Back to Washington for three. Yes.
Washington. It's it back in the corner. Driving, layup will go.
Now works it out to Lewis. Drives, floats, angled it off the glass, and Gardner there for the rebound. Washington floats, finishes.
Helps you as a big man because you add to your point and rebound total.
Yeah, how about it for Saxon? He's now up to 8 and 8 tonight. Washington got around Morauskas.
And Brian, you mentioned the comparison to Kyle Bowen, and I think that's a legitimate comparison defensively and on the glass. But Luke Barrett is a no.
Marshallonis on the drive, up with the left hand. It's short, and Fisher has the rebound. Comes up a little slow. Marshallonis fouled Washington. Slither his way through. Find McKeever. And McKeever had a little bit too much juice on that shot. Washington pushing it in transition, going coast to coast and laying it in to make it a
catch right now. As Washington into the paint, double teamed, throws it up and in.
Generated off of some turnovers.
Gonzalez. Christian Gonzalez, 34% from three. And he's now 2 of 4 in this game. Washington, floater, tough shot.
Yeah. See if the Tigers can make him pay here.
Ralph out to Washington, 5 to shoot. Lamar a step back three, and he drains it.
The way Idaho shot the ball on the perimeter today, they haven't really needed Mims inside, but he's certainly more than capable of holding his own down there offensively.
Washington, tough shot with the left hand and gets the rattle. And a complete blown assignment. Washington, Benson back to Washington, 5 to shoot. Washington takes it and makes it.
A little bit.
Myers, a tough shot, and it won't fall. And the Tigers have a chance to cut it to single digits. Lamar Washington will do it. As double team comes, Miller trying to find his way through it and fumbles the ball, and it pops loose. Krivakopich on the far sideline picks it up. Koulibaly back to Pitar, up top to Washington. A little stutter. Washington to the rack, puts it off the glass and in. Dave Smart, his first year as the head coach at Pacific, hoping the team can stay buoyed without the best player on the floor. It's good to be at its best right now. I think your only recourse is to get Elias Ralph out there and hope he can play in severe foul trouble.
Well, he's got Curtis defensively, so that's going to help at the moment. Not as much of a handful as Minot.
Washington gets loose and stuffs it.
2, 1, no. Goodness. Oh, they'll say that will count if it goes. And the offensive glass, it's Washington for 2 with a clean cross. Turnaround, fadeaway jumper. It's going to be too hard. Out of the pack, here's Washington. Washington drives all the way to the basket and lays it in.
That, folks, UNLV up 11 here.
By virtue of an 8-0 run over the past 2:20.
And it happens without a sophomore big named Jazz Gardner, not on the court due to foul trouble.
And that lay-in is good. Lamar, Washington's
here with us. Clean up after yourselves. Great
bananas.
message.
And then he tells me afterwards, he goes, we have to change the culture around here. Little layup there in the lane.
Banks going to try a little hook shot, won't go.
You could tell Banks there was looking for somebody to pass and kick out to, just couldn't find anybody open.
Now it's Washington from the outside, and there's the three that goes in and breaks open three. That's in. The Redbirds are stroking the three now.
And Illinois State, they're just capitalizing on the defensive lapses by the Tigers right now on those kick-out threes. Giving Bozer too much space, gave Landon Wolf a little bit too much space.
ISU now 8 of 19 from beyond the arc. Ralph works on Doherty. Good defense from Jack Doherty there, chasing him back outside the perimeter. Washington left open, and he's going to nail the three.
This is a different little defensive look that we haven't seen.
Walker's going to try and beat the shot clock. He did get it up there off the rim, but didn't go in, and now Fisher quickly back down the floor. This is Washington from the corner, and a three. Walker makes the free throws, give him 18 points for the game. He takes a seat now on the bench, and Illinois State's lead is 65-49 at 16. The largest lead of the game was 17 for the Redbirds. Washington again, and he's got an opportunity for a three-point.
Close to a 5-minute scoring drought. A lob for Dak, taken away off the backboard there by Elias Ralph.
Great anticipation by Ralph. He saw that lob coming a mile away. That's the second time he's come over for a great defensive play from the help side.
They swing it. Krivakopich, bounce pass. Washington in a crowd, off the glass.
And for the Tigers, they're already thin in the interior, but the physical play of Colorado, we'll see if they can take advantage of that.
Harrington was trying to shoot that one from almost right underneath the rim, and it bounced off. Driving towards the rim and up and in. Lamar.
I think that's going to be a big part of this game, how well the Tigers do overall.
Down low, shot missed by Zion Richardson, maybe anticipating contact. Washington to Jones, looking to shoot, hand in his face quickly. Good closeout there by Robinson. And now Lamar Washington takes it in and lays it up. Square, can't get it to go. Ralph Krivakopich. Jones to Washington. And now Ralph with 12 to shoot. Back to Lamar. And Washington a straightaway three. And he. So Washington inbounds to Jazz Gardner. Guarded by Vicentin. And now Elias Ralph. Fisher going to work. Gets it out to Koulibaly. And now Washington with a lift fake. Koulibaly to Washington. Lamar launches and hits. Fullerton pushing back.
44% this year from beyond the arc, O'Day. He's nothing but net on that one. Big three for Cal State Fullerton.
What a drive by Lamar Washington. Out to Kobe Young. Young the drive. Young wildly off the glass, and Fisher clamps the rebound.
Tigers want to run here, Zach, in transition, looking for an easy one.
Washington got it and one. As Gardner, Elias Ralph, and Elijah Fisher. It is up, and the tip is won by Pacific in the home whites, trimmed in orange. The Golden Lions are in black, trimmed in gold. Our officials for tonight's game, Randy McCall, Martin Shihusky, and Jacob Alabanza. As Lamar Washington at the point for the Tigers. Gardner straddling that three-point line, takes the dribble, hands back to Washington. And now Elias Ralph, who the Tigers would like to get going right away here. Washington, a shot fake. They were going to let him shoot that shot. Instead, he dribbles in and knocks. Washington drives, floats, and finishes.
Turnover number 5 on Arkansas Pine Bluff, Zach. They've done a good job taking care of the basketball for the most part tonight.
Dave Smart not happy with this action right now, and it was early in the action where Dave Smart said no, so we'll see where this goes. But 7 on the timer, and now Washington's going to have to make something happen. Washington goes into the defense and gets the roll. Passes up the open look, gets it out to Jones. He'll launch it, and it's off the mark. And the Tigers, another offensive rebound. Pacific has been really good on the offensive glass. That's number 14. Too easy there for Clayman Vuga. And now Washington gets it back on the other end. Pacific catching a big break there because they were going to get the ball to Vuga, and he's been just a tough guy to handle down there for the Tigers, but a bad pass, and Pine Bluff turns it over. Vuga with 15 points. Ralph touch pass to Coulibaly, now out to Fisher. Washington left wing for 3. Big shot. Coulibaly with the steal for Pacific. So Coulibaly to Washington. Washington all by himself. Hams up the straightaway look. And now Dumont around the rim and out, and a rebound taken by Washington. This is a big possession here for the Tigers. Chance to create more separation as Washington aggressively takes it to the goal.
Gray gets a well-deserved rest. Missouri with their first double-digit lead of the ball game.
I guess what we keep an eye out for now is how many more he's going to shoot this game.
Right. First look at Peyton Marshall, the freshman in this game. There's a 3 from the corner and a big shot for Lamar Washington. Marshall with the offensive rebound. And there's a wide open Anthony Robinson swatted away by Ralph.
It's a good recovery by Ralph there defensively.
Washington tries to go coast to coast. Grill is there. Got it to go anyway over 2 defenders.
That really, so far this year, I mean, I feel like whenever Trent Pierce really gets in the game and given the opportunity to really contribute, he does really a good job of just rising to the occasion. Showing a little bit of everything. He can rebound, he can shoot the 3, knock.
Their first 6 shots, a couple of those were dunks in transition. That shot's wide left from Boogie Flan. Lamar Washington will hit the other night. No point.
I mean, you can't blame the guy if he's not what, you know, if you throw where there ain't nobody, that's on you.
That's on you. Carter Knox is at the scores table, so that's a good sign, ready to check back in. And Lamar put him in a highlight show in this first half.
Man, I thought for a minute he couldn't get that. He got it with ease.
Boy, the dunks have come fast and furious. That was a physical draw. Elijah Fisher drawing the double. Somebody's got to be open. Back tapped. Krivokapic runs it down briefly. 5-on-4 come the Tigers. And Lamar Washington for Arkansas. He does not complete the three-point play. Washington got the bump. They're going to give him the basket and a chance for 3. Knox, the freshman out of Tampa, out of overtime elite for his first 2 points.
If you're the Razorbacks, you got to be solid. Don't try to be a hero, make a steal. Stay down, stay in front, communicate. Make Pacific make a play.
This Pacific team now shooting almost 48%. Starting to get some shots to fall. How about that runner from Washington? And that's 20 for Boogie. 23 for Thero, 20 for Flan, 15 for Big Z. Wagner with 14. Washington's had a nice night for the...
And it's Ruliadev. Hit a three to start scoring last night. Unable to hit there, though. It was an air ball. And here's Lamar Washington in transition. And he forces the issue. And he... In the all-time series between these two programs, 6-5, including a 4-2 advantage in games played in Honolulu. Pacific hasn't won in Honolulu since 1987. Nice finish at the rim there by Washington. This is Fisher working against Namiksha. Gets cut off. Three ball by Jones off the mark, and Jazz Gardner with the offensive board. Pacific another stab at it. Reverse layup there by Washington.
Chaminade, and he basically was the one who saved the Manoa team in that game, making some big shots down the stretch.
And a good sighting for Pacific. Pitar Kravakovic is back on the floor. Remember, he went to the bench, looked like he was in some significant pain, but he is back out there. Step back there, Kravakovic. 10 seconds left. This is a done deal. Oh my word!
Lamar